Hi guys, my name's Andy and I'm a compulsive gambler. Last bet, 14th of April 2007. Nice to see you all. I'm just doing a quick live vlog. I've only just thought I'd do this. I had a bit of time on my hands for the next 10-15 minutes. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask away. I'm doing quite well for myself. I'm in good nick. Just been for a run today in the pouring down rain. It's been good. Enjoyed it. Gives me time to think and time to chill out a bit, so I'm happy as Larry, if so to speak. Well, I want to quickly follow on from the last vlog whilst I'm waiting on any questions. All I can say is there is no shame in admitting you've got a problem. You have to go. There is plenty of help out there. Even if you can feel free to message me. Follow me Twitter at BaronMad79. On Twitter, direct message me there. I'll speak to you confidentially, especially straight after when this ends. Or if you want to ask a question on here, more than happy to try and answer it the best I can. Feel anytime threw it away, obviously, but because I am just a guy who's sharing his story, and I have full-time work, and I've got family life as well. But I will respond to absolutely everyone as quick as I can. So, I've had none whatsoever. I'm in good nick, really, really good nick. Looking forward to another meeting this week, being my last one before Christmas. So I can understand, and I know it's a hard time for anyone who may be having a problem with gambling. Yeah, so just waiting for some more questions, really. I've only got like one person on watching me at the moment, so I just want to see if anyone wants to ask anything. Ask away, please. As I say, there is a stigma there that you can't talk about having them. I'm not advocating coming out fully like me at all. There is help out there. I swear by Gamblers Anonymous. It's brilliant because it helps me so much to be around people who understand my addiction and understand what it's like as well. And it's quite a fabulous organisation for me, really. It's been great just sitting in meetings and listening to others. I mean, I've been in meetings where I've not said a word. I just took a lot on board, and it's been amazing for me. Yeah, really. So hopefully I can get some more questions. It'd be great to hear some from people. I'm going to be carrying on and doing my vlogs, carrying them on every 2 to 3 weeks probably. Enjoy talking about my recovery. It's been nice not to get dragged into any debates with people with folk who probably got other agendas and stuff like that. Not by any means of stopping them at all. It kind of drained me, if you know what I mean. So it's been nice not to really get involved in that and all that. And I think it probably was nice for them as well. End of the day, I'm advocating recovery here. You have to want to stop. You have to want it, basically. You really have to have a desire to stop. We can throw all the barriers, all the help at somebody. End of the day, it's you who has to stop it. It is a self thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, industry in the UK could do so much more, and I think they'll probably admit that now. I think the tide is turning on help. I believe education is very much a key aspect as well. I really do believe it should be taught the dangers of gambling in schools. I mean, I've mentioned this many times, but we teach the dangers of smoking, STIs, drugs, alcohol. Gambling's no different. Really is no different at all. Especially in senior schools, I think we should. And with the upcoming problem like esports betting and skins gambling, which I'm still researching a bit, I've not really got a massive clue about it all, but there you go. So just waiting for any questions. It'd be nice to hear some from anybody. That'd be great. As I say, if you do want to talk to me confidentially, I'm at Twitter at BaronMad79, which is BaronMad 79 numbers. And feel free to privately message me, or if you want to be public, that's fine as well. But anything you do say will be strictly confidential. It'll never go anywhere, really, at all. So hopefully I can get somebody to, if they want to answer a question, feel free. Please feel free to just ask any questions whatsoever. Hi, Azza. Yeah, I agree with your sentiment on advertisements. I do think it does need to be toned down a lot. I firmly believe adverts should be after the watershed. I also firmly believe that they shouldn't be on during large sport events, barring horse racing, because horse racing is very much linked to the industry, and I think it would be a bit of a challenge to actually change that perception. But during live sporting events and after 9 o'clock for me, especially in the UK, I'm not sure about how it is regarding other countries at all, but I really think adverts, yeah, it's in your face a hell of a lot. And I think, like you say, they have posters up for bookmakers and things like that. I'm not saying they shouldn't, but they could tone it down a little, or show where you could possibly get help if you are struggling as well. Like, I know we have the fun stop, but make it a bit more visual, so to speak, as well. That's my thoughts on it anyway, especially with that. Thank you for your question, Azza. Really appreciate it. It was nice to see someone give me a question. Anybody else, feel free to message me or comment on this video at the moment. Hoping that I can see as many questions as possible. It is still a bit experimental doing live vlogs at the moment, and I'm probably going to hope to do a hell of a lot more next year with that, regards that. I'd rather be a bit more interactive than me probably just talking into a video and just talking how my week's been and stuff. I just want to hear from as many people as possible, really, whether you agree or disagree with my views. I think they're widely available out there, all my views regarding gambling addiction and how people sort themselves out, what people think of other things. Hi Sarah, do you have a question at all? Yeah, do you have a question at all, Sarah? I know it says, hey Andy, but if you want to talk to me, that's brilliant. No. Oh. Like I say, I feel like... Did you hear about the government possible change that want you ban yourself? There is I'm not 100% sure on that, to be honest. What I can say is there is certain things available that you can do to ban yourself from certain places. Casinos, it is pretty difficult once you have banned yourself from a casino to get yourself back in. I'm not denying it happens, and people get themselves back in in many ways. As we are compulsive gamblers, we run like water. We flow like water with regards to gambling. We'll go anywhere to find it. I do know of selfexclusion.co.uk, which helps centrally try to block themselves from people self-exclude from gambling sites and places, and also if people manage to get themselves back in, there is a report section where that happens. It's a very difficult thing to police, self-exclusion, especially for like people who are working in bookmakers or probably casinos as well. It is a hard kind of thing to do. I do think with regards to that, Sarah, with the work online as there are thousands, end of the day, there is apps out there that can stop you from gambling online. Yeah, with Gamblock, that's an amazing tool to have. Yeah, you have to pay for it, but let me think about that. Would you rather pay something £20 a year that'll help you prevent from getting on a gambling website and stop you from gambling thousands? It's a no-brainer for me, really. Have 20 quid. 20 quid a year to stop yourself from gambling on a gambling site. Don't get me wrong, people might balk at it, yeah, but it's an app that will stop you accessing websites on your laptop, etc. as well. There is going to be another one called Gamban app as well. There is a thing called Gamban app as well, which it's been promoted on Twitter quite a lot recently, and that's another similar thing to Gamblock as well, but that helps to do it away from your phone as well, and it's Android and iPhone based, I believe. It's going to have the technology for that. That's another great tool as well. I mean, like I say, you can have as many tools as you want, but at the end of the day, there's one common theme: you have to have the desire to stop gambling. It's hard. It's a hard, long road. There's no shortcuts to trying to stop yourself. I always talk about time, money, and opportunity, and breaking one of them links will stop you from gambling. Sarah, if you're saying you're not strong enough or anything like that, feel free to message me at any point. I am on Twitter at BaronMad79, or feel free to message me on here as well. I'll happily talk to anybody as much as I can and try and well, I'm not going to say advise. I can just share how I recover and how my recovery is going on a day-to-day basis. Hopefully that can inspire you to be strong. End of the day, the ball is in our court to stop gambling and sell some gambling. Don't get me wrong, there could be more help and more education out there. That's much more that's needed, but please try and think of it this way. Oh, that's brilliant, Sarah. It's brilliant that you've talked to your family. I always advise that. However hard it is for anybody, always talk to somebody close. I can't guarantee a positive reaction, but end of the day, it's better out than in. Don't suffer in silence. Don't suffer on your own at all. With regards money, Sarah, as well, and you have debts and you may have lost a lot of money and things like that, it is a chance to rebuild your life. I'm not saying it's easy, but day by day, the longer you go without gambling, the better your life comes. And if you have debt, it's only going to go one way. It's going to go down. It's not going to go back up at all. Step Change are brilliant. I'm talking to you again, Sarah. Step Change are a brilliant company as well. And that would help you. They act as a middleman to your debtors and help you budget what you can afford back. With regards to struggle, I have my good days and I have my bad days. The good days far outweigh my bad days. I have drained myself. I think you've probably noticed that. Probably three or four vlogs before my last one, I felt a bit out on edge and a bit weird with everything. I think I wasn't helping myself, getting into silly debates. Well, not silly debates, but debates regarding gambling addiction, and I think I drained myself quite badly. And sometimes I always talk about this: you have to look after yourself and look after number one. And that's what I've tried to do lately. Don't get me wrong, I'll listen to anybody and anyone who wants to stop gambling or are struggling or in recovery. But I have to make sure my recovery is most important and look after my own first. It's a hard thing to do, but as you say, yeah, you struggle from time to time. Christmas, I'm always a bit funny now and again, even though I'm 10.5 years in, not had a bet for a long time. Boxing Day used to be a massive day for me, and always make sure I'm busy and doing something around that day, which I will be. I will be with my family. Be a day out somewhere, so that'll be good. Also struggle around my anniversary, so 14th of April, when I'm coming up to that, I'm always quite touchy. and that's it basically. Hi, Mr. B. Honestly, I don't really think reducing the stake on fobs would help. Really, I really do believe £2. I don't. I just don't. I don't. With a gambling addict, a bet's a bet, and be it £2, £100, £2,000. I don't think reducing the stake would actually help solve a person's problem with addiction. I think what you need to do is, it's hard. It's a hard thing. You've got to like try and refrain from gambling. You've got to look at your ways to totally stop yourself. I think £2. I think a limit on anything doesn't work really for me. You're still gambling in the day, especially if you're addicted to gambling. That's it for me. I mean, I know we've had our comments, Mr. B, and I quite enjoy our discussions and stuff as well. But I just don't get into one form of gambling is a problem. I think all forms of gambling are a problem to someone who's an addict, be it whatever they like to gamble on. And I don't think reducing a stake on one form would help an addict, personally for me. But thanks for the question, I really appreciate it. And I've just got another couple to go through. Give me a second. Hi, Mike. Yeah, I'd love it to be compulsory for bookmakers. I think the problem is casinos in the UK, there's about 94, 95 places where I'm not sure how many casinos there is in the country, but there's a hell of a lot more bookmakers, and I think it'd be a hell of a lot harder to police. Maybe an idea is if someone is self-excluded, if someone is excluded from an actual place and ends up gambling in that said place again in a bookmaker, why not have a statutory fine for the bookmaker involved? It might be able to police it a lot better, and whatever fine they get, that goes into funding for education and treatment, so to speak. I think there's got to be a balance of responsibility. This is the first time I'm probably going to say this now. We've got to take a responsibility of our actions, but the gambling industry probably has a responsibility to have duty of care and to probably fund more access to treatment and to help as well. So that would be good. With what you just said there, Sarah, on the banning cards or banks, I believe an option to block whilst on option to block, so you can like opt out of being able to bet on your card. I think that's something like that might be help, but like I say, it's got to be the responsibility of the person making that decision. That would help as well. I'm just trying to run through the questions because I've had a few come through in the space of a few minutes, so bear with me. And I'm not the most technologically gifted person in the world, so thank you, Duflito. That was really great. People, when people say stuff like that, that's amazing. It is humbling, really is. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much, really do. Sorry guys. Hi Graham, hope you're well. Apologies, I just missed you there. Yeah, I think I've got through everybody there. Right, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go now. I'm going to do something like this as well. I probably won't be during Christmas week, unfortunately, but in the new year, I'll probably do another live vlog. Also to counteract with my normal vlogs as well. Thank you for all your questions. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. My name's Andy. I'm a compulsive gambler. Last bet, 14th of April, 2007. One day at a time, I agree. Thank you, Graham, and I really appreciate that as well. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Mr. B. Really appreciate everything you've said. Appreciate everything. Take care, guys.